We do this on Wednesday. It's called Worst Wednesdays. We take the worst of something, we put in a list form, and we break it down. Today, I did the 5 worst financial mistakes people make in their 20s. Are you ready for number 5?
Bring it on. And I guarantee I'm 5 for 5. Absolutely
really?
Guarantee it. Yes.
You're what, 30?
Go for it. Just turned 30, so I'm probably still doing them, but we'll just pretend I'm not.
Okay.
Just for self-confidence.
We'll see how fresh these 5 things are.
No.
Number 5, eating out / going out / buying shit that won't matter next month. Like I put that all in one because it's all the same category. It's like eating out or going out, just blowing your money on, superfluous shit. Guilty or no?
You got to have a social. No, absolutely. Yes. Way too much. Fucking never cooked. Didn't even bother to learn to cook. Yeah. Even like you think about it, you could just make spaghetti. Like I think back to when I was single or just living in a house with some dudes. We could have all just gone in on a bunch of spaghetti and paid like $5 a month to eat. But no, we all, you show up at home and one guy's got like a 6-pack and a pound. Other dude ordered a whole pizza to himself. Like it's not financially.
No,
it's just not very efficient. So
I did some
way
research.
to do it. Yeah.
That is the common thing, man. You're 100% correct. And I was guilty of it too when I was 20. And I just wish somebody told me this shit because no one told me anything. According to NDP Research Group, Gen Z, these are the people going into their 20s, made 14.6 billion trips to restaurants in 2018. So guaranteed 2019 was even more because more people are coming into the age where they can go out to restaurants with their friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gen Z, as they start getting older, I think the oldest Gen Z group is about 22 years old right now.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. That made up 25% of all restaurant traffic was Gen Z.
Jesus.
I know.
There's they're the fucking lunatics at Starbucks. Like if you, the line at Starbucks, I love coffee, but I will never understand why at 9:00 at night, there's like a mile long line. Like, what the fuck are you doing there? It's nighttime.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like a trendy thing to do.
Yeah, man. Let's go out and get coffee. Yeah. What the fuck? Dude, so not even in 2018, they weren't even 21 yet. So not even a drop of alcohol is in these numbers.
Yeah. Jesus.
Unreal. We're talking billions and billions and billions of dollars going to be spent here. Do not blow it. Do not, if you're going to be 20 years old or above coming up here, do not blow your money on eating out, going out, buying shit that does not matter at all. I threw in this category Amazon. Like how much worthless shit on Amazon are people buying? I looked it up in 2019. 50 cents out of every dollar was spent on Amazon in online shopping. So Amazon got half of every $1 spent on the internet. That's global. That's worldwide. Stop giving your money to fucking Jeff Bezos. Stop it. Keep it for yourself. Jesus.
Did you see, I saw an Onion article. The headline was, learn how Jeff Bezos doubled his self-worth by eating at home during quarantine. Doubled his net worth, and it's him like at a kitchen counter cooking.
That's amazing. Yeah, dude. You know who has a lot of money? Jeff Bezos. You're never going to have as much money as Jeff Bezos. It's just not going to happen. The odds of that happening are stupid. It's not going to happen. People need to stop. Save your cash. Okay, this is how you become rich. You don't spend the money you have. That's how you become rich. Number 2, or I should say number 4. Number 5, eating out, going out, buying shit that won't matter next month. Number 4, not saving for retirement, Pike.
Okay, yeah, that's probably very common.
Guilty?
And I did it. I have a 401k simply because I worked somewhere that offered one, and I'm not that big of a dumbass to be like, nah, I don't need it.
Perfect.
I'm probably not contributing enough.
Right.
But I figure once you turn 30, then you can, get more serious about it.
Start contributing to a 401k as early as you can. Here's here's the whenever you're investing in the stock market, the number one rule is that time is more important than money. And I'll explain why. Warren Buffett has a great quote. He's got a quote that says, the stock market is a device to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. So that's Warren Buffett. He's a genius. He's also super goddamn rich. So listen to what he has to say because he understands how things work. The amount of time you can leave money in the market is more important than the amount of money you put into the market. And that's perfect for when you're in your 20s and you're just scraping by and you can just put in some money into the market. It's fine. Don't worry about the amount. Worry about the time, because you're 20, you're going to be working for another 30 plus years of your life. You want that time to just make you more money. And I'll explain how. It's called compound interest. I'm not going to go into it. Compound interest is, they say, is one of the most powerful forces in the financial world. It absolutely is. I think Warren Buffett said like compound interest is God's gift to mankind, which is
Jesus.
Amazing. Yeah, it is amazing. All right. So I'm going to do,
if I might interject.
Yeah.
Just like maybe an analogy would be, it'd be similar to sex. Basically, it's not as much about how much you're putting in, you know, size wise. It's the duration. At the end of the day, probably going to pay off more. Would you agree?
Are we talking about your weird dick again? Is that what's going on here?
Not mine. None of this is just in general. Well, it's Warren Buffett. Okay.
Warren Buffett's got a weird dick?
No, I'm just talking about nothing's weird. What? Okay. We're talking about the size versus duration. You're better off having less, putting in less, like literally inserting less.
Okay.
Size, but being able to have that duration, like over a longer period of time.
So it's better to last longer than have a big rod.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a fair assessment. That's a good one. Yeah, I agree with that.
No, I think it's actually, absolutely that would make sense.
I think it works perfectly. Yeah, exactly. So
chicks are probably disagreeing just because I never give a shit right. Yeah, right. I'd rather have a big
the comments. Tell that small dick guy. All right. So, all right.
Tell him to stop justifying his tiny wet.
Look,
go ahead with your quote.
This is how compound. No, I'm not going to quote. I'm doing a math problem. This is how compound interest works, Pike. Okay, so the average rate of return in the stock market is like 8% over the history of the stock market. So like you're looking at over 100 years. If I put my money in, I should be making about 8% every year. And that's with super amazing years like we had recently, or like Great Depression, peaks and valleys. Okay. Over the average those out. It's 8%. So with 8%, I did the math, and this is why time is better than money. Say you're 21 years old, you're right out of college, you got a job. You save and you save and you save, and then you save up, let's say $10,000, which is a lot of money. 10 G's, a lot of cash, probably going to take you a little bit to save up, but not impossible. Not impossible at all. Okay. So you got 10 G's, you put it in an index fund. And then from there, every single month you put in $500, $500 a month, doable. That is a doable number. Plus, as you get older, you make more money. That number could go up if you want it, but you
ideally, right?
Ideally, yeah. Well, you should be making more.
A lot of people listening, hearing $500 a month, be like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
You can't do $500 a month.
What? There are people that couldn't. No.
Oh, I get it. It's $125 a week.
Right, and
that's doable.
Some people just don't even have $100 for food. Probably.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a second. But if you're paying a $500 car bill, a car payment of $500, shut the fuck up, because you have $500. You're obviously just throwing it towards a car, which is on the list. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. Put that in an investment. And as you start making more money, as you get older, which you will, because you become more skilled, you start demanding more money. You work at a place longer. You start getting raises. If you're not making more money, the longer you work at a place, go find another job. because they obviously don't value you. So if you take 10 grand, you put it in at 21 years old. I don't care if that's a graduation present. I don't care if you sell your car. I don't give a shit. You get 10 G's. You throw it in an index fund. I don't care if it's through a 401k. Get 10 G's. Put it in the market. Index fund, index fund, index fund. Okay. Over the course of your working life, you take $500 and you put it in the index fund like clockwork. I don't care if the market goes up. I don't care if the market goes down. I don't care. I don't give a shit what happens. You're blind. Fuck everything. Just keep putting it in that index fund. By the time you're 55 years old, you will have $1.1 million. You'll retire at 55. It will be 10 years early and you'll be fine. $500 a month is not that much money, especially when you start getting into your 30s and your 40s and especially your 50s. You're making a lot more money unless you're me and unemployed in your parents' basement. I mean, it's Sparks Global headquarters.
Yeah, but the headquarters.
The headquarters. But I'm saying $500 is still doable. You put it in the market like clockwork. You don't worry about anything else. And as you do that, your money is making money while you sleep. That's the only way you can get rich is you make money while you sleep. Stop trading your time in for cash. And instead you're making cash while you have more time. That's just it. That's just how you do it. You want to be a millionaire. This is the simplest way to become a millionaire. Put $10,000 in the market when you're 21, $500 a month, like clockwork. And by the time you're 55, you're a millionaire. It's amazing. You didn't do shit.
All right.
Did you do what you do? You know?
Yeah, right.
Don't get me wrong. You worked your ass off.
Right. What if I want to go on trips and just like live like a baller?
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
I got it. That's the next one. That's number 2. Perfect. Let me I'll answer your question number 2 because number 2 is, that's number 1. I'm getting to that. Number 3. Okay. So real quick, I'm going to try to speed this up because I don't want to take too long on this. Number 5, eating out, going out, buying shit that you don't need. Number 4, not saving for retirement. Number 3, vehicles, cars, right? You want to live like a baller, like Pike just said. I get it because I love cars. I'm a sucker for cars. I think they're gorgeous. I think they're cool. I think they're works of art. I want all of them. I do. However, the other half of my brain says they are horrible purchases. They're horrible investments. They cost so much money.
Right.
Stop buying cars in your 20s. That is a horrible idea. You're 20 years old. Why are you buying a nice car? Nobody gives a shit. Stop it. Stop it. I call them, Pike, I call them $30,000 millionaires. You're out of college. You're making 30, 40 G's a year. Dude, stop driving a $70,000 car.
Dude, I'm still with you there.
Yes.
Thankfully, I don't have that half of your brain that loves car. Like, I just don't give a shit. Really? My car is just like a way of means. Like, I eat in there. I sleep in there. It's just, I love having the most average ass vehicle. What?
Are you homeless?
It's not. Geez, it's not. I have all my belongings in there.
I eat in there. I sleep in there. I shower in there.
I had my first child in there. That's my God. It's my home. No, I do have a home, but I have been homeless in this vehicle for short periods of time.
Nice,
like between homes.
Yes.
No, but so like I just don't care at all, and I don't think anybody else does. I'm happy to have a vehicle that I think is going to drive for a lot longer. Don't give a fuck, and it's actually kind of nice. You see people parking in parking lots like a mile away from the door because they don't want a door ding. Yeah, no, I'm parking right up front. I don't give a fuck. Steal my vehicle. Whatever. It's a nice thing to not care about.
It is. It's nice not to have to worry about it. But it's torture for me because I love nice cars. I love them.
Yeah, well.
I want to drive every single one of them. I want to own at least 15 cars. And hopefully one day I can make that reality. But when you're in your 20s, nobody cares. You're not fooling anyone. No one sees you getting out of a $70,000 Benz in your Old Navy sweatpants and thinks, oh, that guy's got it made. No. Everyone's like, Jesus Christ, what a car payment. That anyone in their 30s and above is like, bad idea. Don't do that. Bad. Yeah, dude. Cars depreciate in value. Again, you're supposed to be making money when you sleep. Cars, you own a nice car, you're losing money when you sleep. You're losing money when you sleep when you're owning a shitty car. I mean, this is how it goes. They depreciate in value. Maintenance costs money. Insurance costs money. Gas costs money. They break down all the time. Dude, it's just cars. Transportation is about 1/3 of your monthly budget. 1/3 of the money you get from working your ass off at whatever job goes to a car or a way to get to work. That's shitty. If you can knock that price down a little bit, you'll be much better off and you're going to start seeing your bank account go up. So that's number 3, vehicles. Number 2, no emergency fund. Do you have one of these, Pike?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I mean, I just savings in general, like if you need to use that for an emergency.
No.
I have one savings account.
No.
Okay. Well, then no.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you mean bad? It's a pile of money. How many piles do you need?
A pile of money is great. A pile of money is wonderful. Set aside a specific bank account specifically for emergencies. Separate bank account. Dude, I used to think
in case the other one gets robbed or
I'll tell you why. It's a psychological thing. It's in your brain. You're going to go, oh, I have one big pile of money. Oh, I could use this for an emergency, or I can go use it to put a down payment on a house. And then you rob yourself of your emergency fund. Dude, managing money is all fighting the human psyche. That's all it is. It's just knowing who you are as a person, how you spend money, and then just arguing with yourself constantly. The more you argue with yourself and deny yourself who you are as a person with your own money, the better off you'll be. So take a separate account, emergency fund, separate. I mean, it's so crucial, have an emergency fund. But a lot of young people in their 20s, they go, oh, dude, I'm young. I don't need an emergency fund because I'm healthy, or nothing. You know, I don't have enough money. I don't make enough money. I can't put anything in an emergency fund. And I think that's horseshit. I think it's absolute horseshit. I don't care how much money you make. You got to make sure you're taking care of yourself first. And that's what an emergency fund is. An emergency fund is a way to say, I'm paying me first. Then I'm going to pay my phone bill or my car payment or my, you're an emergency fund is literally putting yourself before the people that take your money, which is all your bills.
Yeah.
And
from experience, it doesn't even have to be, I don't know what number you got in your head, but there were times in my 20s where, one little thing on my car, like a $300 payment that I didn't have factored in because I wanted to go out 2 weekends in a row. Now I got to fucking, I don't know, go negative dollars because I didn't have any money
right
at all. So just even $500 covers a lot of emergencies.
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you how to make the emergency fund too, man. And you got to do it. Do an emergency fund. Nobody saw this pandemic coming. Nobody saw this shit. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, you're affected by this pandemic and nobody saw it coming. So it doesn't matter if you're young or old, your income probably fluctuated some bit, or the job opportunity, the job market fluctuated some way, somehow the pandemic affected us. And I'll tell you what, the people with emergency fund, even though they're probably burning through it right now, they're still better off than they would be without it. So always have an emergency fund. Is big. And how do you get the emergency fund? And Pike, to credit your, hey, what if I want to go out? Hey, what if I want to live like a baller? Hey, if I want to go on vacation and all that kind of stuff, it all comes down to number one. And the number one worst thing that 20-year-olds do with their money, the worst financial mistake they can make in their 20s is to not have a budget. And I know this is a comedy podcast, and I know you're like, where's the jokes? Just have a goddamn budget, please. Have a budget. For God's sakes, have a budget. And I know you're probably like, wait, I got a budget. I know how much I spend. I got Netflix and my car, and my rent is, $1,000 a month or something. And I spend like $30 on dog food. That's not a budget. That's not it. A budget. Do you do this, Pike? Do you write down everything?
No, I do now. I have at least a note on my phone with a breakdown of everything monthly.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I remember purposely avoiding any sort of budget because I knew that it wasn't going to add up. I knew I could not possibly budget money for what I wanted to do. So I'm like, I just won't fucking do it. And then I'll deal with it at the end.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. It's like I had like a food tracking app, like MyFitnessPal or something. And I like intentionally didn't type in my calories of like, I'd be eating like a granola bar or something. And I'd be like, 190. Yeah, I'm just not going to put that in. And then I'm like lying to myself for no fucking reason.
I know. Who are you cheating? Like, what? That's so funny.
Look, the budget is the holy grail of making money. If you want to make money, you write it down. There's a reason why businesses have accountants and software professionals going over every single dollar and cent, and they hire actuaries before they make a merger and acquisition. They do so much research. They write it down. It is so important. Until you write down everything, cent for cent, what you spend money on, you'll never know what you're spending money on. Everyone in the financial independence world always says, give each dollar a job. And until you assign a job for every single dollar that you have to your name, it's going to just slip through your fingers. It's like water. All of a sudden, we live in a society that is constantly trying to take money from you. That's all it is. Always. It's just taking money. Like, you can't go 2 seconds without something bombarding your face of like, give me the cash. You know what I mean?
Dude, and it's like, it's not big purchases. It's like, it's $6 every time you're at the gas station.
Yeah.
That shit. Oh man. The worst of that.
It's death by 1,000 cuts. That's what
exactly.
It is. Yeah. So if you don't limit what you spend money on or keep track, then you won't know. So once you do that, you basically, and I don't want to go into it too much. We could go into it later if you want, or you can always just hit us up on social media.
Hit him up on social media.
Yeah. I'm at Sparks Radio on all social media. He's at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. And we'll love to talk to you about this. But here's what you do. You make a monthly budget. Track every dollar and cent you spend for a month. Then you go, okay, what don't I need? I can cut this, and this, and this. And basically you just created a number of, this is what I need to live. This is my livable number. If everything goes to hell, I can live on this number. Okay. And that is your emergency fund number for 1 month. Now everybody says, get that number and multiply it by 3 or by 6 or for a year. And that's your emergency fund. So you're like, if shit hits the fan, I can live without Netflix. I can live without my Spotify premium. I can sell
taquito at the gas station.
The taquito.
You don't need it. You don't need the taquitos.
Yes. That's how you make a budget. And then you start getting your goals. What do you want to buy? What do you want to afford? Pike, like you said, live like a baller. If cars are your passion and you love cars, then start budgeting for it. Stop eating the taquitos. Stop eating, lunch out every day, and then start obviously saving for a car. You're going to get there quick. Prioritize. Get your emergency fund done first. You want to focus on all the debt, get that shit off your books. And then you can start focusing on vacations and, your car, if you want to drop it and put fat wheels on your 97 Honda Civic, fucking fine.
Yeah. I hate to go back to the taquitos again, but now you can fucking, it's carefree or guilt-free gas station taquito shopping. Yeah. It's the best.
Yeah. And if you got trouble, if you're stressed over money, this will de-stress your life. You'll sleep better. You'll have an emergency fund. It's like this weird thing in the back of your head. Like, man, anything could happen now. I'm untouchable. I got fuck you money. You know what I mean? That's the best feeling in the world. Seriously. The best feeling in the world is be like, I hate this job. I'm out. I got money in the bank. You know what I mean? It's like nothing can happen.
You don't need them. Yeah. Fuck you. Right.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best. Oh, fuck
That's
you.
the time. Oh, man, just talk about Boner Nation. Hearing that just gets you going. I bet we've got a little bit of a Boner Nation going on right
Okay. We're not naming the audience Boner Nation, Pike.
We don't have to, but in those specific instances, we could call them Boner Nation.
Look, we want you to subscribe. We want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's to be the biggest and best thing. If you could, hit us up with a comment if you listen on the podcast or whatever platform you're enjoying this on. If you want to drop us a like, please. And then, of course, go to our social media at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. I am at Sparks Radio on all social media. And then, of course, we want you to go in there and vote for what we name the audience of this show. The 4 choices are, one last time, the committee, the Inferno, the Party People, and then Rim Nation. So, God damn it, Pike. There you go. And
pick
that's
your favorite.
It for the show.
Hey, it's out of our hands.
It's out of our hands and in our butts. That's it for the show. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll check you tomorrow. We'll find out what we name the audience of this show. We'll see you then.